What is up, everybody? Hello and welcome to today's video. We are here at Cabana Bay. I am tired, my voice is non-existent. A full night of horror nights for opening night. But nonetheless, we are here for Unmasking the Horror tour today. I'm going to be showing you where to check in, how does it go, how the operation. Obviously, we can't film inside the houses, so I will just take some photos here and there and show you and kind of give you kind of like the experience of what it's like. All right, so this is where you actually go and check in. It's the former Blue Man Group, rest in peace. They have a sign on here. And you're gonna go this way. To the left of Rock is where you're gonna actually check in for the Unmasking the Horror tour. So it is recommended, if you're doing the 6-house tour, I recommend get the earliest one you can do, because it is a long tour, it's a lot of walking, and you wanna have some breathing room in case you wanna go back to your resort, relax a little bit, or in case you just wanna do like Stay and Scream and just kind of relax in the park. Highly recommend to do the early one, although if you do it after nights of horror nights, you're going to be hurting. So new this year, unlike previous years, they have the Unmasking the Horror like menu. So you fill this out and then they'll have your food sort of ready when we do our lunch break, as opposed to before where you would just pretty much go on a lunch break and every restaurant would be like full. Here's a look at the menu. I'm believing that this is from Monsters Cafe stuff, so that's kind of cool. Ooh, good point, April. So there is one of the exclusives at Monsters Cafe. Oh, the Crypt cookie. I think we got that for Connor last year. He enjoyed it, yeah. So on the actual tour, what you get is this exclusive button. And you also get this exclusive lanyard, which is actually double-sided. So one side says Universal Studios behind the screens, and it has all the classic monsters on them. It's exclusive to the tour. You can't buy this anywhere else, except for maybe on eBay or something if someone decides to sell theirs. And just like that, we are on the tour. This is about the size of our tour group. We have David today.
Well, welcome, guys. I hope you guys are excited for this. Unmasking the Horror. This is our first set going out for the entire season, so I'm very excited to do it for you. There are going to be a few houses that we do not go into today, but I'm still not exempt from not talking about them. So if you have questions about those houses, please ask. One of the ones that I like as a longtime fan here is Case Files Unearthed Legendary Truth. A few years ago, we had a theme where we put a certain type of bird in every single house. Anybody remember that bird?
Raven.
It was a raven, absolutely.
Yes, raven.
So this year we've done the same thing. We have a certain object in every single house.
Wow.
Do you know what that is?
I'm not gonna say it yet.
Okay. Once you reveal this, you know, some of these things, you don't need to blog and put out there for everybody else. Let's not ruin their surprise. But you guys will learn specifically that we have a butterfly in every single house this year.
So the first house that we were able to do was the HHN Icons captured house. Now, considering that it shared a soundstage with the Tooth Fairy house, although Tooth Fairy wasn't on the tour, we still got to go see the facade, take a picture of it, but back to Icons. If you've never noticed, in the Icons facade, if you look above, you can actually see it spell Icons, which was a really neat fact. I'd never really quite noticed that. And in particular, in every single scene with an icon, the victims had like a custom made t-shirt, which was sometimes kind of hard to notice if you were looking around and trying to look at the icons instead of the victims or the dummies. You wouldn't notice that they were wearing specialty made t-shirts. Also, Universal, here's a hot tip. If you want extra money, take those t-shirts that you had in the house, mass production those, and put them in the shop. I'm sure they will sell because some of those look rather cool and I would want to buy some. And also in the final scene, if you looked above whoever sat on the throne, it was sometimes kind of hard to notice. It was lit up, but most of your focus was on the icon who was sitting in the actual chair. But you can see there is a mold of like Jack's face up there. That was really, really cool Easter egg there.
So we have stopped halfway through the tour for our lunch. This is the Munster Vampire, I believe it's called. This is a look at the exclusive treat that you can get inside of Munster's. It's like ice cream treat. Obviously it has the Bride of Frankenstein design on it. And we have this restaurant actually exclusive right now. There's no one else in here, so that's kind of cool. We get to come in here and enjoy ourselves and not have too many people, except for the tour people. So gonna enjoy this food, and then we got to get back to the tour. April got a cookie, or a cryptic cookie. Sorry. So now we're gonna do Scary Ohio. This is the facade that you normally see. But yeah, this is the house we're doing next. So we actually got to go see the Horror Nightmare Fuel, I think it's called, or Mountain Dew Fuel sponsored Horror Nightmares show. We actually got to go in here and look at the facade, which is kind of cool, kind of like a little buffer of a break. There's Losh, and we just got through doing Scary Ohio. And up next, I believe we have Puppet Theater and House of Ghost, or Ghost House. So here's a look at the facade. Soak it up.
Drink it in, man.
Yeah. Nightmare Fuel, sponsored by Mountain Dew. So we're here in front of the Pumpkin House. I call it the Pumpkin House. What a gorgeous, gorgeous facade. We're just out here waiting to go in, grabbing some of our photos. And there's the facade. Everybody's taking some great photos. But look at these pumpkins. So at night when you come here, all of this is lit up, and it's like you're just going into the realm, I guess, a little bit more. So. Actually, fun fact, these are like the most generic gloves. Like, I actually have a pair of these gloves, which is kind of funny. But there we go. So we're actually going into Puppet Theater next. This facade is amazing, I have to say.
And one of the houses we got to experience was the Haunting of Hill House, brought to us by Netflix. But sadly, we were only allowed to take photos on the outside facade and the inside facade. And that was it. Pretty much the rest of that tour, we just kind of walked around, listened to the facts, looked at, the house in grand detail with the lights on, but no other photos could be taken in this house.
We are now standing in front of Beetlejuice. They just allowed us real quick to kind of get a photo of like the facade, or the first facade. Our tour guide was David. Excellent. I can't recommend him enough. If you book this tour, ask for David, or ask, if he's doing the tour and you want to get him.
So after watching this video, if you are really interested in taking the tour, we have the announcement for this year's tour, the prices and all the ticket sales so far. So you check that video out right here, and as well subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.